Everyone. Okay. Hey, I just wanted to come on because I thought this was kind of important to tell everyone. Um, this is, a little fun facty slash don't give up kind of a post. So, every 90 to 100 years, we go through this whole cycle. It's like one grand year for our collective. So, what do I mean by that? Here's what I mean. Every 90 to 100 years, we have spring, summer, fall, and winter for humanity. So, what does that look like? What does that feel like? Well, as you would expect, the energy of springtime has everything, every concept of abundance, new beginnings, new births, um, vitality, virility, uh, heightened sexuality, and whatnot. That's the energy of spring. The energy of summer is about growth, expansion, and the reaching the full potential of an organism. And then the fall is about collecting energy, storing up for the winter time. Like how a bear would store up as much calories as it could before it went into hibernation. And then the old fall is also shedding off of old concepts, old materials, and retreating inward. And the wintertime energy is all about death, recycling, um, internalization, hibernation, going within kind of energy, and then transcending that in preparation for spring. So, how does that apply to this collective for the 90 to 100 years? Well, let me give you some examples. Okay, at the very top, I couldn't screenshot all the way up, but this is what I wanted to catch right here. So, um, the last winter we had was in from approximately 1920 to 1945, and in between uh, both World Wars and the Great Depression, that was the the winter energy. That was what I mean by the death energy that winter carries. And then after that, after 1945, the springtime came. So let me stop and talk about how long the seasons last. In the northern hemisphere, especially the farther up north you go, the longer the winter season lasts, and so typically that's what I observed from the most recent histories we've had, is that the winter season lasts the longest. The winter season lasts approximately 25 years, and the spring season lasts about 20. Summer between 21 to 22 years, and then the fall lasts about 23 years. And so, without further ado, let's jump into the springtime. Okay, so in the springtime, after World War II, 1945 to 1965, at the very top there, we see every concept of springtime. The baby boomer generation boomed, the population exploded, and space exploration, medical advancements, the beginning of civil rights movement, the nuclear disarmament, the flower power, the hippies, the sexual revolution, and modern LGBTQ plus history begins. You see, it goes from the death and destruction cycle of winter, and it starts going up into creation and springtime energies. And then after spring comes summer. Well, what does the summer look like? Okay, so our last summer from 1965 to 1983, we had the birth of Gen X, Gen Y, and then at the very tail end of the summer years, we got all the baby millennials. So, what did that entail? So, that up and up vibration. We had the gay civil rights come. We were done playing with the space race. We were in the Cold War era. We had new music genres. Savings interest in your bank were at an all-time high. You got the debut of credit cards. We had VHS cassette tapes, the beginning of the cell phone, the silicon computer technology, the beginnings of Macintosh and Microsoft. And then at right around 1978 to 1980, that was the peak of, oh, these are the good times, baby. These are the good times. Because then after that, everything just kind of went downhill. So, from the last fall was 1983 to 2005. You know, examples over here, right next to me, you would have the AIDS crisis beginning, the Berlin Wall teardown, Persian Gulf War, Saddam Hussein, the Soviet Union collapse, the birth of NATO, Serbia-Yugoslavia crisis, Tiananmen Square, NATO, the 1990 to 2000 scare. Oh my god, our computer systems are going to fail because they won't be able to go into 2000. And then the British Commonwealth became their own independent nations, 9/11, the death of Princess Diana, and overall the decline to harder and harder times. Now, when I said this last fall was 1983 to 2005, well, we are in the winter time. We have everything from Hurricane Katrina, homelessness is on the rise, the whole market collapse in 2008, the Iran and Iraq wars, the forgotten wars in Afghanistan, Osama bin Laden brought to justice, a series of epidemics here in the US at least, and the cost of living always on going up. Then we have the birth of Black Lives Matter, fight for marriage equality, the COVID-19 pandemic, George Floyd, the fires in Australia and South America, the coral reefs habitats being lost due to coral bleaching and global temperatures rising, conventional medicine and the big pharma being called into question, like, is this really necessary that we live like this now? And then we have everything traditional that we have had over the past 60 to the last 100 years being called into question. Like, this isn't really serving us anymore. And then we also have now transgender rights being challenged. And this is only 2024, folks. So notice this winter, the winter time lasts for 25 years. So 2005 to 2030. So this is the full-on winter scale. So if you want to make a power move with your business, you need to start planting as many seeds as you can and prepare for the springtime boom. If you don't give up doing your business, don't give up with accomplishing your dreams. Like, wintertime is the turning you into a diamond period. This is where you get to experience being crushed by a lot of things in life. This is when the period of human life that is hard during this winter phase that we're currently in. And if you're a kid right now watching this, then you've got a real chance to get ahead in life if you take advantage of this information. And like I said, business owners, if you start planting the seeds right now, this 2030 is going to make you take off big time. And after you have this spring period, you need to start collecting for winter right away, because this next spring and summer period isn't going to last long, and you need to start saving up, making plans to project your business into the future. All right. That's about it for now, and I just wanted to point this out. So learn these patterns, make your power moves, and approach it to how animals in nature prepare for all the seasons. And this is how we used to prepare for the seasons as well. Learn this pattern.